All right, boys and girls, I got some really interesting stuff for you regarding our newly implemented SAFET Act in Illinois and the criminals that have been set free, as well as daunting numbers on 911 calls to Chicago police and the lack of response. Be sure to share this video. By the way, if you support the Second Amendment and freedom, like this channel, subscribe, put your thoughts in the comment section. So let's start off with a priority one call. So you call 911, it's prioritized. The priority one is in progress or just occurred calls involving a threat to human life. Priority two calls are in progress or just occurred involving threat to property. Where am I going with this? So Chicago 911 calls. In this year of 2023, we have had 432,667 911 priority calls. One or two calls go into the 911 center. Calls with no Chicago police available were 223,133 folks. That equals 52% of high-level priority 1 and 2 calls never received a police response in the city of Chicago in the year 2023. How does that make you feel? Put a 1 in the comment section if you think that things are going to get better in Chicago and there is a beautiful bright light at the end of that tunnel. I'm not talking about the bright light after the robber pews you, sends you to Jesus. I'm talking about a bright light of optimism. Put a 1 in the comment section. Put a 2 in the comment section if you don't think things are looking very good. Coming in from WirePoint, Chicago leadership failure continues. So far in 2023, there have been 225,000 urgent 911 calls with no police response available. That's 52% of all priority 911 calls, far higher than 2019, which was at 19%. Remember 2019? Wow, we thought things were bad then, and how they have exacerbated since then. But we have the SAFET Act, which was fully implemented as of Monday, and I have some good data coming out for you. For instance, in Lake County, which is the northern county of Crook County, we have some incidences where folks were let out. You're going to find this to possibly make your skin crawl. I do certainly feel sorry for the actual victim here, as I'm sure as we speak and at the recording of this video, she is living in fear. My God, I hope she has concealed carry, right? So McHenry County State's attorney says the first day of encash bail resulted in absurd and incoherent results, with the McHenry County man accused of trying to force his way into a woman's home, and he was released. McHenry County State's Attorney Patrick Canale said 2 defendants who he believes were a danger to the community were released on Monday, just yesterday, all right? The first day of operating under the SAFET Act resulted in an absurd and incoherent results many predicted, he said. The first defendant referenced was Thomas M. Purdy, 36, of McHenry, who was arrested and charged with criminal damage to property, violation of pretrial release, electronic harassment, and resisting a peace officer. Prosecutors said Purdy sent harassing text messages to his ex-girlfriend on September 7th. She did not respond to them. Purdy went to her house in McHenry over the weekend and began kicking in her door in an effort to gain access. Prosecutors said over $500 worth of damage was done. Prosecutors said that Purdy violated a previous court order to have no contact with his ex-girlfriend. That order issued by a judge after Purdy was arrested in June for violating an order of protection that she had obtained. Prosecutors say he was previously charged with fleeing and attempting to elude police in 2006 and convicted in 2015 of aggravated discharge of a firearm. All right. So this fella kicking indoors, maybe letting off some warning shots or Shooting at people. Okay, all right. The gun charge resulted in 4.5-year prison sentence. Canale said the new charges Purdy was arrested on are non-detainable under the Pretrial Fairness Act of the SAFET Act that went into effect on Monday. The second defendant released Monday and referenced by Canale was Mr. Gomez of Lake in the Hills. Mr. Gomez was arrested on Sunday and charged with 2 counts of felony aggravated driving under the influence, obstructing a police officer, and having open alcohol by the driver, disregarding a stop sign, driving on a suspended license, and driver's license violation revocation. A criminal complaint said Gomez disobeyed a stop sign at certain streets in Cary around 7:45 p.m. on Sunday. The complaint said Gomez stopped well past the solid white line and nearly struck a police officer's squad car, causing an officer to swerve to avoid the collision. All right. Gomez drove his Chevy Malibu onto westbound certain roads before being stopped by the officers. The complaint said Gomez had an expired and suspended instructional permit and no driver's license. He had 2 open alcoholic beverage containers in his vehicle, the complaint said. Allegedly attempted to drive off from the traffic stop before being stopped again. He was arrested and failed a sobriety test, court documents show. He also had his driving privileges suspended after he was charged in 2021 with being under the influence, which pleaded guilty to just 2 months before his latest arrest. All right. We also have out of Chicago during the celebrations that happened over the weekend. I'm sure we're well aware of it. There was a woman who had pepper sprayed 4 police officers. She was charged with felony, 4-count felonies by intentionally and not via self-defense, pepper spraying 4 police officers. She too, that Chicago woman, has been let out on no bail. You know, the libertarians would say that this is probably a good thing. Liberty and freedom, of which I very much align with. Do not get me wrong. I love liberty and freedom. I despise wrongful incarceration, yada, yada. But the pundits have been, really saying that this is going to keep our streets safer. This is the right way to go about it. I'd really like to know your thoughts, and of course, put it in the comment section on whether or not these individuals who we have, aggravated DUIs, a habitual offender. We have a person who sprays pepper spray at multiple police officers. We have an individual who is kicking down his ex-girlfriend's front door, even though she has an order against him, aggravated unlawful discharge of firearm, yada, yada. Are setting these people free going to make the state of Illinois, and should they travel outside of Illinois to Missouri, Wisconsin, Indiana, will it make all of us safer? Curious what you think on that. By the way, if you click on the link in the comment section or in the description, you can get a free, 100% free family and home defense guide, because you never know when they may come pounding on your back door, and you better have a plan. 100% free, guys. Get it. You'll find that link in the comment section or in the description. I do appreciate you for tuning in. As always, share this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'll be seeing you soon. Stay safe.